For a long period of time, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not afraid to open myself up to you. I did it so many times, what's the difference going to make now? A lot of times I went to God in prayer. And a lot of times doing so felt more like a chore. Have you ever felt like that? You go to God to pray, but you pray out of, it's like taking the trash out. It's got to be done. So, while I'm here, I might as well pray. Get it over with. If I get my prayer over with now, then I'm good for the rest of the day. Sometimes that's honestly how I felt. I felt it was just like a duty to do, and I'd done my duty, and that was fine. I wasn't about to reveal my true feelings and open myself up to be vulnerable in front of God. I wasn't ready to be honest with God, even though God already knew. I wasn't ready to be honest. Well, you see, in my family growing up, my parents always said to be honest. Honesty was the best policy, and you will always be rewarded for honesty. I'll tell you what, as a kid, I found out quick that sometimes being honest was a punishable offense. Where was the reward? No. And sometimes I had to pretend that everything is okay. And I started to pull away from my own family, especially emotionally, because I was tired of being hurt. And that took years of practice. It was a learning process that I went through in my marriage for the mask to even come off. I could hide a mask pretty good. But it took a while, but the mask came off and it became easier to reveal my true feelings. I still struggle some with it a little bit, but it gets better each time I walk with God. God uses my struggles and my life experiences and breathes new life into me as my prayers did, started to become more because I want to, not because I had to. Because I want to pray to God. I want to talk with God. God is my best friend. God is also one that, he's my guide. Without him, I'm nothing. He's my shepherd. I think between me and God, the communication of love expressed mutually is a lot better since we work together and not against each other. Same way in a marriage. One of the best ways to nurture our own relationship with God is through our worship. One of the best ways to do it. It's our way of helping to show God how much we do love him and appreciate all he's done for us. At least so far. I think God's done pretty good for this church so far. I think he's done rather well. And I think sometimes we need to just, every once in a while, say, thank you. What else are you going to do? Expect something. Ask him. If you don't ask, you're not going to get it. Talk with God. Just as you would your wife. You talk with him. It's not that hard. Sometimes I thought it was, but it's not that hard. We cannot worship, and we cannot make worship happen until it takes deep roots within us. Our worship needs to be a cry of human hearts yearning to know God and to be known by God. We need to be known by God as well. We want God's embrace. Individually and as a church, we want to be embraced by God. So I ask you, where is your relationship with God going right now? What is it that you need most from God right now? And what fear is holding you back? I don't want you to force your hearts open, but be open to it. My heart has always been open to you. My past has been brought out to you. I have nothing in my closet left to share with you. All the skeletons have all came out. Why? Because I love you guys. I love each and every one of you. So much, sometimes it hurts. When I see things that aren't going the way it's supposed to, I can imagine what God feels like when we turn away from God. The hurt, the heartache. But I know we have to continue on, even if we have to do a little shuffling around and go a different direction. This church is growing, it's moving, it's active, it's alive. And it's alive because of the love of God and your love for God, your love for your church. Today is Valentine's Day. Just tell someone you love them. But don't forget to tell God. Amen?
Amen.
Amen.